I was to ask you what your relationship with your money is, or if your bank account could speak, what would it say about you? The way we relate to our money and the way we use our money and define our relationship with money can either be positive or negative. As we step into the new year, 2025, where we have aspirations of thriving, it's very important for us to take a moment and reflect on the previous year and what went well. In this video, we're going to give you a summary of top 11 moments where every single guest that came to my Money Adventures podcast had to say about their relationship with money. Let's get into it. What would you say is your relationship with money? What does money mean to you? Or how would you describe your relationship with money?
Weird one.
Weird. Okay, I've never had that on the podcast.
To say the least. Weird because if you come from humble beginnings, or if you grew up in a household that never had any money, once you start making moves and start making money for yourself, things start becoming weird in some sense, because you there are so many lessons that you have to learn on your own. Okay. So many things that you have to understand, so many mistakes that you would do, especially because you've never held any kind of money, that kind of money before. So I would say it's just a weird, like, steep learning curve that I had to go through. Sure. Just to get
very
to
descriptive as well.
yeah, I can see it. I can vividly see it.
I can vividly see it too. Yeah.
So it was definitely hard for me to understand some things. I had to learn some things on my own. So pretty difficult, but I think I'm getting a sense of it now. I'm understanding it now. Yeah.
Talk us through your relationship with money from a business point of view as an entrepreneur.
It's another thing to be an entrepreneur at heart. You want to, but it's also yet another now to be a business person. Mm-hmm. For me, I acknowledge I sale ke na le lerato la ho qala dikgwebo, but ebe ha ke tsebe ebile ke na le kgahleo ya the business part of it. Ho nna ko bona ntwe ntle fela batho ba re o tsaye ke crazy that I can even say le kana le rata product nkanhlele mahala ko you know I'm that. And for me, my biggest downfall has always been managing money. You know, I'm that creative and I just want to see ntho tse ntle di etsahetse. So for me, it's always been how so tseba hore na o motho a jwang, batla batho be leng hore bona ba good ka ditjhelete hore jwale ba etse mosebetsi ono. So now I was there, I did everything. I was continuously creative. Ke tla be ke postile dintho di tla rekwa ba qetellong ya letsatsi hore na tjhelete o ikene e entseng. Tla be ke sena idea. Understand? Ibile ke sena le follow up, ibile ke sena. Ko bona ntho mo yo so tshepile batho fela hantse ba ga re ntse bokana. O sharp.
I think the biggest blunder that I've made with money is that I hadn't defined my relationship with money when I got my first huge role. You know, so you get money coming in. It's the first time you see, you know, the zeros in your account and you just don't know what to do with it because you haven't really defined what money means to you. So when I was getting the money, I knew I wanted to invest or save. So I did that, luckily, but without a goal. I did that. I was like, okay, let me talk to different people. Okay, invest in this, invest in that. But you can invest in this, invest in that, put your money in different vehicles. But if you don't have a goal, you'll find yourself using that money for things that are not related to what your goal is. So I didn't define what an emergency is to me. I felt like, you know what? Okay, I'm tired and I really want to do this, but I don't have money now. So maybe it's an emergency because it's for my mental health. I take out the money and use it, you know? So I think that's a very big mistake that I did. I did not define what I wanted to do with the investments that I was making, the savings that I was making, and I did not define what maybe an emergency means to me, what I can use that money for. So it was just a lot of things, you know, you have this amount of money, but you don't really know what to do with it. So I feel like that was the biggest mistake that I did. But then eventually you grow and you
Hopefully.
you get to see that there's so much more that can come out of your savings or investments, and that's when my co-founder approached me and said, I know you've always wanted to start this kind of business, and I want to start it too. And I'm like, hey, I feel like this is what I could use the money that I have for, building towards equity, building towards what I envision my future relationship should be with money, building towards the life that I want to live. So eventually, I feel like a milestone would be co-founding a business with the money that I did not initially know what to do with, and with money that was from my 9 to 5 job.
What would you say is your relationship with money?
I mean, for me, I've always been, I come from a very, humble, like, I can say literally poor family. So I had a very emotional relationship with money because I wanted to make sure that whatever money that I have, it has to sustain me. Because I cannot go ask my mom anything. Like literally, like I'm saying, I'll have throughout my varsity life, I've never said, Mom, can you give me, just to finance a certain, never.
Wow.
Like I've always been that soldier that that fought wars like entirely. So one of the things that I had to like stand up for myself is like I wanted to be self-sufficient in terms of financials and everything. So yeah, that's I also respected the reinvesting money. Like that's what I'm still doing every single time. Every single money that I have, every single money that I have to invest it in a certain product that I believe is gonna last like at least 10 years. And I know within that 10 years it can generate more money. Like every single thing that I do, that's what I do every single time.
Wow. What's your relationship, Lichalet? We're now
Okay, personally, even I can say nka ke wala batho ba kgonang ho boloka like ke hlola hore ke ha ke tsena mohlomong ke stingy kapo
the word is frugal.
no, but I can ke kgona hore tšhelete ha ile teng ke eme ke se ka khona le ntwe na go fumana go tšhelete le teng just hopola fela hore tšhelete e teng ka mali you need something to buy. Ke kgona ke boloke la yona le ntwe le ngwe ke khalletse ka ke la le ntwe na wait tšhelete o tšhelete a se ntwe le go ka ha fihla ebe o isa ba keng ka go fela ema hanyane ka ba go itima I don't know ke gola bana ka motho
delayed gratification.
Yes.
Delayed.
Ke wala mono ke gola used to like my dad used to say that like go khela ntse le varsity don't ska senya tšhelete go like obligate tšhelete like ntwe ni bulentse sound na go tla tšhelete le teng ke bea pele nka speed o ke wa mpatsa tšhelete okay mphe ke tle ke yona mo la be ke batla ntwe I take it back and wait a minute then I buy it.
There's a phrase if you are gonna buy a big purchase decision mohlala ke o nahana tlo ka camera ya 50,000 pele o rek khutela hae lo go bala on sleep on it first.
Yes.
Go sing house wa on so batla ho rek then you can buy it. Na go fumana house so was like
o shaba ntho tse ngata
di camera 50,000 ba ke le nngwe ya 45 ntse le sharp.
Of course ka I'm driven by a passion I'm passion inzile ntho ne o khika o hey ke bona o so tswile ntho itseng kana go ntona le maybe you have a drone it's in this year the following day they release another one. It means that ela stands in hand but in a single feature ga tse tsa mo that passion ebe go be batla until the end now I want to buy this thing, something is pulling me inside or buy something is pulling me back, wait. So it's a battle. It's a battle but always kinto now whenever I buy anything whether it's what it's a small, maybe it's a lens, I know na ntona na ke like it's on game
And how's gonna make money?
Yeah, e na le eng ha ena eng. Na mohlomong ha ena khona ho etsang. Yes. Eno ke bone nthusa hore se ka waste o fumana ke rekile ntho ke e beile
Ebe ha
e sebetse se ile ke batla ho lo reka e nngwe e nthusa I know ntho ke e tlo reka chances are high for hore it's a profit ya ho le ha tla ka business
it's a profit.
yes.
Having been in the financial sector for some time now, I got to learn a lot about responsible spending and how you should be financially included in a lot of things. And also having a family, you always have to make sure that everything is aligned. You never have to worry about tomorrow or have your kids worried about tomorrow. I don't know where I'll be tomorrow. I might not be here. So I need to be in a space, or we need to be in a space where we know if we're not here tomorrow, our kids are well taken care of.
Sure. That's powerful. That's powerful. Healthy is the name of the game.
I'm trying my best to maintain like a healthy relationship with my money. Even sometimes though I just have that unhealthy spendings by breaking the bank, but I try by all means. I have a concept or a model that I've adopted basically ever since the previous 2 years, and it's been working quite very well for me. The model is basically like a 50-20
30 rule.
30, yeah, exactly.
So you're applying the 50-30-20 budgeting rule.
Exactly.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Exactly.
I've actually never heard anybody on the podcast mention a specific budgeting technique. So I'm very impressed. Very impressed. Very, very impressed.
All right.
Sure. Cool.
You really inspired me because from the newsletters that you always provide all the time. So it's something that I always come through every time. It's
Hold on. So you actually read that newsletter?
Yeah.
By the way,
definitely.
guys, we have a newsletter that comes out every Monday at 9:00, and I actually never thought people read that newsletter, so I'll plug it in the conversation. So I'm very you're just ticking all the boxes today. Thank you. How do you deal with your money?
Oh, the picture is colorful.
Colorful.
Yes, there are faces, and there are times when we are mindful, conscious of everything, and then sometimes.
If your money could speak and say something about you and how you manage it, what would that word be?
I think be mindful and consistently so. Yes.
Sure.
Just so at least, now, given that it's festive time, we'll be spending. Be mindful that January is still coming.
I don't know, what did FNB call it?
Genuine
Lovely. I was like, we're not wearing this genuine. Just this January, we're not wearing. We are genuine lovely. Hey. When we are finance professionals, all these qualifications and certifications, that we are also good at managing our own finances. So I've got 2 questions. If your bank balance could speak right now, or your bank statements, what story would it tell?
This guy betrayed me.
Unpack.
They lied. Yeah, no, obviously mine would be different because I'm of change in career. As you change careers, your bank balance always suffers.
Sure.
But I think, let's say in an ideal situation, it would have been very happy with you've done well, you've managed to at least the build-up of your career helps financially. I think the biggest problem we are facing as professionals is keeping the money. Yeah, it's easy to make money. Professionals are paid reasonably well. But the education about our qualifications don't teach us how to keep the money.
Sure.
It teaches us how to make it.
Sure.
And then
to spend it.
We spend it as fast as it comes. The media teaches us how to spend it. Our qualifications teach us how to make it.
Sure.
We don't have enough education still about how to keep it. And the fallacy of being educated is that you think you know about money management. And I think that is the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Thinking you know when you don't. It's worse than not knowing and knowing you don't know.
True.
Yeah.
Tax of next. Tax or nothing. That's what it translates to.
Tax or nothing, yeah.
Exactly.
Tax or nothing.
Sure.
All right, cool. So before we get into the conversation, let's do a quick icebreaker. You are an investment analyst. What's your relationship with money?
So I've got
Current relationship with money.
my current relationship with money.
Yeah. Well, if you want to share the
No,
past, you can also. Let's
No,
simplify it. What's your
I've
general
had
relationship with money.
My relationship with money has always been good.
Okay.
It was good from the time when I had to budget what we're talking about. 1 rand every day for a week.
R1.
Yep. Every day of the week I used to get a buck a day.
Okay.
I was able to budget that, buy myself some baby guns and stuff. Set up some businesses. So I've always had a very interesting relationship with money, but it hasn't been an abusive one. I don't abuse money, and it hasn't abused me thus far.
So when we say abusive, how do you not abuse money, and how does it not abuse you practically?
Yeah, that's quite interesting. So I've always understood sort of how money works. I've always understood that, like I told you now, I had a rand or to spend a day. And I always understood that if I wanted to buy more things, then I had to spend less than a lute a day. That's something that I still do today. You're a big advocate or proponent of paying yourself first. I do that every time. And I do it particularly when I get salary increments, which is not too often. When I do get those, I make sure that the payment to self is always done first. That way I find myself avoiding taking unnecessary debt or bad debt, as you always call it. Sure.
How bona tjhelete wana ntho e jwang? You forget hore now you are in business, you want to build an empire, you want to see yourself beyond mona mo leng teng. So o tshwana le nna ona tjenana o tswa mono mo ileng hore a sa le o le motho a ntse a sokola tjhelete, and now you start seeing money and then you just want to chow it, you know. Ne ke itjelle yona tjhelete hle business ya ka tiko re so mona sa hore ko ha ke bona fene re nje ke hopola hore ke gone ke tsa bo 6,000 6 plus ka peak ke etsa bo ma 12,000 15,000 ka letsatsi.
Yo, and you were chowing.
I was chowing. Ufumana ha ke nkile ke isa bankeng ke feta sneaker shop mane ke ra re ke ise 2.5
2.5 of the 12 banking in a regarded sneaker. Wow.
Yeah.
Find ho kwena motho ana a etsa dintho in the forefront, and ntho di khala na ine le ntho tsa sekgotsi se di salana le wena. You are the only one who's going to suffer now. But ba shebile wena because you were the one who made calls. Di khopo haholo. So at least how collaborate le ngotse fatshe. Motho wa tseba hore ha letsetse wena o le mong, and ha e wela ke business ya wela. Unlike ha e wela be wela ka lehlakore le leng ebe the other person ena ona le teng fela ha o no jwa di profits. It's so painful. So yeah, my advice is if you want to collaborate, but avoid business le bakgotsi at all costs ha o kgona. 2, o betse o mamele batho ba hola ba bua. One of the things, the mistakes they nna motho e ka nna di la di etsa gore at some point I thought I got it all figured out. Ebe se ke sa mamele batho ba bangwe o kusise because ke na le toro, ke na le plan. Only to realize no, nka be ke avoidile this pain kapo this rough patch if ke la ka mamela motho. So one thing we have to listen to the elders, listen to people who came before us, sometimes before we do some things. That's my advice. I always tell people I went into Great Depression some of the decisions that I made and some other factors because yes, how you are great, but that's one of these advice.
How important is it to structure your business as a photographer, a videographer, or all the finances?
Okay. Ke gola ene bile ya thusa haholo hore di business tse fapaneng di hola haholo tsa tsentse di kala tlase. Ntwe o tlo fumana hore ana ke na when I started, there's a lot happening ka photography e lo nka ka ho ilena. Then I need to hore ke be hantle haholo yona to master it. Ka ngena ke di finance, I don't know a lot haholo ka di finance hore na finance di tsamaya jwang. Ka ngena o so fumana mosebetsi o thwe okay, wamela invoice, you don't even know what is an invoice.
So how to even invoice?
Yeah, you don't even know. There was a point where I initially know how to invoice ke motho a fang ga let's go research until people know okay, that is going to distract me a whole get my space we give focus set that accounting and the stuff. Then eba ke batla mo go re na even ka fumana thuso ga batho ba tsebang like ka di finance ba ka gona ho mpha di advice na go hla di batla ho etsa anything related to finance. Empa ntho e nka ka e buang ke gore le ha o ntse o sena motho a o thusang ka dibuka like mohlomong an accountant ntho e hlokahalang ke gore you should have a salary. No matter how leveling you think, you should have a salary.
So, as we close this video and step into the new year and set our intentions, my question to you is, what relationship do you want to nurture with your money? What relationship do you want your money to have with you? And again, if your bank account could speak, what would you want your bank account to say to you? 2025 is all about planning our finances so that we can achieve the goals that really matter to us. So, my challenge to you in 2025 is maybe it's time to redefine what your relationship with money should be and what it could be. And for you to achieve that, it starts with setting your intentions. Secondly, it starts with you joining the community of trailblazers so that we can help you navigate your finances with confidence. And then thirdly, be part of the Trailblazer community by signing up for our financial coaching program and, of course, our many amazing events that are going to happen in 2025. One such event is the TKO Financial Wealth Branch happening on the 26th of April in Maseru. More information about that will be in the comment section below and, of course, on our website, www.tkofinancialwellness.com. We are excited to partner with you on this journey towards financial freedom. So make sure that you are part of the Trailblazer community by smashing the subscribe button and leaving your comment below to let us know what your relationship with money could be and should be. Until the next video, stay tuned because we have a lot in store coming on this particular podcast. Until the next one, let's remember that money is an adventure. Let's enjoy the ride. Signing out. Cheers.